So my mum always had the saying, hurt people hurt people. We're fighting against injustice left, right and centre. Without taking a breath to stop and think, we can perpetuate those injustices that we see in the world. Our aunties and uncles, they've had to fight and resist and name oppression, name injustice, because it simply hadn't been named before. But our generation, we're in a new time. These oppressions have been named. I'm not saying that they've been fixed, but they've been named. So now that they've been named, we can find our power within ourselves and begin that healing process within ourselves and within our communities.
I love the Jam. There is no space quite like them in the world because it's a space where everyone gets to be exactly who they are. It's where we get to build our dreams, dream big, hope big. It's also where we get to shed the fear, shed the anxieties, shed the pain, and grow and heal.
Yeah, they will do.
Monday morning is what are you up to, what are you struggling with, and what do you want support around? Tomorrow evening is a check-in on a theme to be determined.
And then I think that could bridge into sustainability practices.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
Heavyweight champion of the world. I'm here as a leader. I was looking forward to a space where I could have people who I could resonate with on the same level, and I can't afford to show my weakness. My main agenda was to empower and restore the dignity of the artist. Like they say, inhale the problem, exhale solution. I'm hoping to exhale a solution when I come out from the jam. One love.
When people started talking and sharing, I was so amazed and awed by what everyone is doing, around the world.
I started a center, a creative learning center in Calcutta.
But also, there's so many things to be done, and I can only do so small, and to step back from all that chaotic rushness. I think that's when I can really grasp what is really necessary in Japan and learn from others what I can take back to Japan.
As a starting point, this can be a good opportunity to just challenge ourselves to bring the good, the bad and the ugly, the places that we are fearful of ourselves into this group, and to maybe give ourselves a chance to let go of some of these things that we hold in isolation.
We're connecting the dots in the Jam, connecting economics with education, with nature, different religions and races and genders. We're connecting our minds with our hearts, our guts, our intuition, our passion with our art. The point is wholeness. We connect the dots to move towards wholeness.
The beautiful part about this jam is that you try to make each person feel special.
I really have a special secret angel, man.
Yes.
From my secret angel, look at that.
Oh.
It's you, my secret angel.
The secret angel. We can give anything, gifts, hugs, songs, music, dancing.
Next, boys. I would be so honored if you would become my wife.
We don't think so.
I decide.
Beautiful game, I love it.
American money. Okay. Will you please give me $1?
There's a profound inner wisdom, and there's a profound collective wisdom that only comes out of listening. And you can't listen when it's noisy and chaotic and loud. It's just impossible. It requires calm. It requires a connection to nature. And it requires a chance to be in human community that's based on listening and based on speaking one's truth from the heart. Those two simple technologies fundamentally transform what's possible for human life.
It's amazing how one person speaking their truth changes the whole room. It's like it gives us all permission. It opens up feelings and places inside of us that we didn't even know were there, that suddenly seem so important. And so in that sense, healing is both very personal, but it's also very collective.
I was a wall. I was standing tall. I'm a wall. But her voice just came in a boom, and my wall started cracking. And I was like, where am I? Who am I with? I was seeing the wall for like what it is. That's when you realize, okay, this is also what I have. This is what I'm going through.
Amuyai samiri, mamaiku samiri, kuyawai ku putiwai ku warani.
We're all coming from communities of crisis. Whether those are economic crises, education crises, whether it's war or occupation or profound injustice, it's all happening in all of our communities. Right now in Thailand, there's a tremendous crisis going on. There's a flood that's moving through the central provinces and into Bangkok, shutting down Bangkok. The fact that we're here and trying to listen and learn from one another in the midst of this crisis, it means we're doing the work that actually we each go back into our communities to have to do as well. Because we know that when we have this community, it gives us the connection that we need to make a difference and face those crises and resolve them.
There's so much we want to change, so much injustice that we see, and so much that we know can be different and can be beautiful. And as we work to transform things, we also get tired and sometimes heartbroken. I brought here all that stress and that tiredness, and I'm leaving it here. I'm going back much lighter.
Being strong in our identities, holding on to pictures of equality, strong people and strong community. Yeah, yeah.
The circle of love that I experience in this jam, I will look also in my community where I can find it.
Now my battery is full and really ready to return and be the one in service.
As a leader, you need to be strong. I'm walking out of here acknowledging that I have accepted the process of healing myself. and I am thankful.
Of course, it's not giving me answers, and I'm glad it's not giving me answers because I won't trust it if it did. It's just giving me the reassurance that I'm not alone in the questions.
I think a lot of people, myself included, prior to having these experiences would never have seen that there was any worth in these places and spaces. A heap of people sitting around talking seems a little bit lifeless and very unimportant. But the way that I've come to understand things for myself is that there's a time to fight and resist the things that are, and the other half of the work is liberating our spirits and souls, and it is visioning the world that we want to live in. It's actively seeking out places that are working and connecting the dots, finding synergies amongst people and places and spaces, and allowing ourselves to see ourselves as beautiful, strong, powerful people.